my two-part series for the PINKAGE hair extensions review. So if you haven't already seen part one, in part one you can click right here. I review the hair extensions themselves, the overall quality, where to get them at, etc., as well as 2 hair extension sets. In this video I'll be reviewing the clip-on sushi bangs as well as a ponytail and Mandu or bun hair extension accessory. And so to see the different timestamps, you could click right here. And so without further ado, let's get straight into the review for these different extensions. See you in a second. So now we're going to talk about the sushi bangs. So first of all, I have 2 of them. I'm kind of just looking at my notes really quickly. I have both the long and short ones. I'm not sure about the names. I threw away the packaging because as I was coming home, I didn't want to bring back the extra packaging. But you can see here that this is the shorter one and this is the longer one. I tried to get the ones with more density or more hair to them for my bangs. So I got all of these again in BC4 dark brown, I believe. You could see more information in part 1, like I said, about the coloring. I do wish I got natural black for these updos and bang pieces because they're closer to my roots, which are darker compared to the ends of my hair, which are more brown. It matches my ends, but it doesn't quite match the top of my head very well. So I'm not sure if you can kind of tell. It looks a little bit lighter than, you know, my hair, so it's a slight problem, but you know, it's not too bad once I say how I typically wear them. So I'm going to scoot up a little bit closer for you to see how to put them in. Now I'm a little bit confused on how to put them in exactly. When she did it for me, she pulled out a few pieces like this and then she clipped them on like this, and then I'm just thinking, well, how do you part away these pieces? But when I look online, they do it like this and they slide them in. So I want to show you first of all the clip. It's a little bit different from the normal hair extensions. So you can see the clip is actually inverted. Hopefully you could see that. So you kind of slide your hair like this inward and then clip down. Whereas the other one, the clip goes downward, but the actual teeth point upwards in this case. So it's sort of like an inverted clip, if you will. Maybe that's a little bit clearer. So you're supposed to slide it in and then clip it. So my only trouble with this is I have no bangs, as you can tell. So when you have this specific issue, if you have bangs and you just want to add more, I don't know, volume to your bangs, that's fine. That's easy to, you just kind of comb all of it down. But when you're like me and you have no bangs, it gets really tricky. So I'm just going to try it the best I would normally do it. I wouldn't wear it by itself. I think it looks really fake. So I would typically wear a hat, which I'll show you in a second. Very quickly, so the sushi bangs, I believe the long ones I think are 26,500 won. And the short ones right here are 24,500 won. So a little bit pricey, but if you're not sure if you want to get bangs and things like that, then, you know, go for it. So I'm going to show you the long ones first. So I'm going to kind of show you how I would typically do it. So I kind of line it up where I want it to be, and then I kind of scooch the clip in, make sure it's nice and tight, and clip down. And that's your bangs. And it looks crazy, right? So it looked amazing on the model. Like, you know, obviously they put in that time and effort, but this looks insane. So I believe how you're supposed to do it is like this. Kind of pull your pieces down, and then I guess that's a little bit passable. So I'm not sure why she did it that way, where she pulled pieces of my hair out first, but you can kind of see this is the long bang, and even though I parted my hair further away, you can see I'm getting these straggly pieces of my own hair out, and so it's really hard to part the bangs that way. So it's really hard to comb. So what I do like about the long piece is you could kind of go for a side swept look. Try my best to do it. So you can kind of go for like side bangs like this. It looks a little crazy, and it does. No matter what I do, it looks crazy. And I usually have my bangs like this actually. I would clip it down a little bit lower, but on camera it looks kind of passable, right? Maybe. but I'll show you with a beanie on. So my feeling is that since you're working so hard to, you know, style your bangs and the wind blows, it's gonna be a mess. So I think you should wear a hat with, especially like a beanie, in this case with these bangs. So I'm gonna carefully put these on. My rooster teeth beanie. And it kind of gives me like that winter ski vibe, which I kind of love. So with a hat on, I think it looks pretty decent. So you can see I'm already having trouble styling it. But for pictures, things like this, I would definitely wear the bangs like this. So you can kind of see what it will look like, what I would look like with bangs. Or I had bangs before, but you can kind of see this is the look. And I think it's kind of cool for certain like cosplay or things like that maybe. And so there you have it. So that's what it will look like. I'll try to manipulate it so that it's the long bangs like they did. They kind of had it over her eyes in a very stylish way like this. And you can see how much effort you have to put into style the bangs exactly how you want. And if the wind blew away your effort, it's just not worth it. So I like it actually on camera. In person, it's passable. Actually, I think the coloring is not too bad. As you can see, it does kind of blend in once you have the beanie on. But if you take it off, let me see if I can straight from the side. Yeah, that part looks really bad. You can see this part looks extremely light colored while my hair here is dark. So I should have got natural black, to be honest, for these updo pieces. But there you have it. That's the piece. And you can kind of see where the edge starts. So it's not the most natural thing, but in pictures, it's fine. So I'm going to show you now the short piece. So that was the long piece, and you could adjust it accordingly for where you want to clip it. I'm going to try to show you how they did it, and the short piece was kind of crazy, but I liked it because it was so dense compared to the other ones. So they had this one extremely high up on her forehead like this. Okay, that looks crazy on me, doesn't it? I tried to clip it a little bit lower. So maybe right here. Okay, that looks a little bit more passable. But you see my own hair is getting in the way of me styling, so very troublesome. Okay, so these are the shorter bangs. Like this. I'm just looking in the mirror to see if I need more adjustments, and clearly I do. So you can kind of see already the coloring is pretty off. The coloring is, yeah, it's, yeah, you can see black, lighter shade of brown. So not really good style choice, but I'm not going to fumble with it too much because I'm going to put on my beanie. Comb it a little bit, and for this one you don't have to use a wig comb. You do want to use a normal rat tail comb. So like this. Alright, so it actually looks kind of cool in pictures. It reminds me of Layla, I think is her name, from the manga Nana, where she had like those super cool short bangs and like very curly hair. I love that look. But on me it looks, I guess in pictures it looks kind of cool like this, right? Maybe. But alright, let's pop on the beanie one more time to show you the look. So the model looked super awesome like that. I actually love it with the beanies. I actually think it looks quite cool with the beanie. Now theoretically you could also do the same thing with the short ones or the long bangs since you're wearing a beanie anyway. But those are ones that you can actually cut as well. But I actually quite like these short ones. They actually look kind of chic as well. So I actually don't hate it. So that's the short sushi bangs. Got my hair back. I kind of scooted a little backwards so you can see how much my ponytail usually has. So this is my hair with a ponytail. You can see it's pretty lackluster. It only ends up around just above my shoulder blades, and I have a dream to have Ariana Grande type of hair. So I've got this ponytail piece. So while I'm looking, this ponytail piece, I'm not really sure about the style. When I went to the Gangnam store, they only had one style for the ponytail. And again, like I mentioned, when I was coming back, I threw away all of the packaging, and the receipts were in Korean anyway, so I never kept them, unfortunately. So I don't know the style, but I do believe they are about 50 centimeters long. My guess is it's called the Julia, or it's called the Layla, I believe. Either, yeah, so Layla is 43 centimeters long, and the Julia is 50 centimeters long, and I remember telling her I wanted the longest style, so I assume it is the Julia. But there are a few things I want to mention about this ponytail hair extension. So mine's a little bit ratty right now because I haven't had a chance to comb her out, and like I said, I can't find the hairbrush, a wig brush that it came with. But either way, it will do. Okay, so normally it looks a little bit better once you smooth her out with a wig brush, but she is quite long. As you can tell, she is extremely long, and there's this little tail end for you to wrap around your ponytail. So you can see here, this is what the back looks like. Hopefully you can see from the part. Let me just, alright, so hopefully you can tell from this, it has this little comb up here, and you're supposed to stick it into your ponytail and then wrap your hair around, and it has a Velcro right here. My only thing is, the most of the pictures that I saw with this ponytail is that they have a low ponytail. So I honestly don't think it works well with a high ponytail. The reason being is there's so much weight, so it starts dragging your hair down no matter what kind of hairband you have. I have this sort of very elastic sports band sort of hair tie, and even then it will still pull down my hair. But the reason why I got this was because I wanted some Ariana Grande realness. So I'll show you what it does. I don't honestly like low ponytails on my face because I feel like it, I don't know, it makes my head shape look weird. I already have a round enough head. I'm going to kind of try to show you from the side, and I'm looking in the mirror over here. I forget if I mentioned, I believe the price for this is 41,500 won, so it is quite pricey. For some reason I remember it was less, but you can see I kind of just pushed the comb in here, and then I'm wrapping this tail piece around so that the elastic will close. And my biggest problem with this is that, I don't know, it keeps pulling down all of my hair. And so let me just get this around so we can talk. It does come with a few bobby pins, but you know, those aren't hard to get at all. So I'm just kind of wrapping around, and I feel like my hair elastic, or my hair, is too wide for this. So I'm not going to wrap it all the way around. Actually, I might. I'm not going to bobby pin it down because I already know how it wears. Even if I bobby pin it down, no matter what I do, it's just always going to drag down. I would never wear this outside. I would maybe wear it for pictures, but if I wore this outside, my hair is just going to be snatched out. I already know that. So, but you can see, that's the dream I had, was to have this long ponytail like this. So before it ended up around, you know, the nape, is that the nape? Anyways, just above my shoulders, and now it's a little bit past, and it's a little bit curly. I wish it was straighter, so it's like Ariana Grande, but you can see it adds a lot more volume in comparison, especially from the side-by-side view. So you can see this is what it looks like, and you know what, for pictures it looks fantastic. It looks really pretty, you know, and it gives your head shape that nice lift. I just feel like low ponytails don't give your head shape that beautiful lift, you know. That's why Ariana Grande, I feel she wears that high ponytail, because it just snatches everything back and it looks so good. So, alright, so this is what the ponytail looks like. Would I recommend it? Only for pictures, but if you plan on wearing it out, I don't think I would recommend this at all. So this is the, I believe, the Julia ponytail hair extension. Finally, we're going to review the last part, which is the little Mandu, which I have right here. And you can see this is my normal bun, what it looks like. I kind of just threw it up randomly, like my sassy bun, as Bunny from Graveyard Girl would say. But you can see it looks a little sad. And I didn't put in a lot of effort, like I said. But I usually like my buns to be really high up, sort of like in the middle, almost the middle of my head, but a little bit back, obviously. But you can see it's just meh, okay, especially now that my hair is a lot shorter. So with this, theoretically, you could get a large bun. So very quickly, this is the large Mandu. They have a smaller one, but I'm like, go big or go home. This was 9,500 won, so not too bad, around 10 bucks. But like I said, I got this one in dark brown. And you can see next to my hair, it's a little bit more obvious. I wish I got this one in natural black, especially because as I put it in, it's super light, and then the roots of my hair are black. So, but oh well, I think it can still work. But if I could do it again, I would match the updo hair, like I said, with your roots versus your ends of your hair, unless you plan on letting them stick out. But this one's super easy. It has a little drawstring, as you can see right here. An adjustable drawstring. There's a hairnet in here, and then, you know, obviously the elastic band, and so you're just supposed to loop it around. There's actually a comb in here too, similar to the ponytail one, as you can see here. So there's actually a little comb. I never put that in, but for the demonstration purposes, I will. I suppose it just helps with extra security, but you just kind of plop it on over your bun. And you don't want your own bun to be too high, like sort of like mine right now, because now the comb won't work. So I'm gonna try again to do that. Tied in the drawstring back here, and you just gotta keep fiddling with the shape and things like that. And when you first get it, it looks really fake, but after it's been worn in, and you gotta just tuck this in underneath. After it's been worn in, it'll look a lot more natural, but right now it looks kind of like out of the box, kind of, now that it's like all completely melted up. So I'll kind of just like gently scrunch it up so you don't expose the hairnet necessarily. But now you can see my sassy bun is huge. It's sort of like pageant queen almost. Of course, I would fix these little flyaways, which I hate, my little baby hairs. But this is what the Mandu large looks like. So you can see that right here. So you can see it's rather passable. You don't really see much of anything like that. You just got to be careful of hiding the drawstring in the elastic part, but other than that, it's pretty passable. Again, don't tie your bun too high up like I did with mine, otherwise it's kind of sticking upwards. But you know, I think it's pretty passable. I would wear this out if only I got a different color, but for 10 bucks I think that's pretty worth it to have a nice little sassy bun. You could maybe even do 2 for like Princess Leia. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed these 2 videos, and if you have any further questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you all later. Bye.